Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, May 24th. I'm Kiki Thaxter. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, kids of all ages got up close to trucks and planes at the annual Wings and Wheels event. Summer at the Senior Center is kicking off. But first, local plumber Sue Marshalsea, also known as Miss Fix-It, generously donated an elephant's weight in food to the Norwood Food Pantry. You may know her as local Miss Fix-It, but Sue Marshalsea spends lots of her own time donating to the Norwood Food Pantry.
It makes me feel wonderful to be able to help the community, feed people that need food is great. And every time I ask or I mention that I'm doing a food drive, friends, neighbors, customers all text me and say, come on by and pick it up. So that's what I do. My sister, before she passed away, had issues and she couldn't work and housing problems and so forth. And she had trouble getting money for food. So I recommended her stopping by here and see if she could get some food, and she did, and they helped her while she was in Norwood, and I'm just giving back for what they did for her. Everybody donates. I just post it that I'm doing food drive for like a month. Ask them to text me and I'll coordinate at their convenience for me to pick it up. So usually it's like going to a plumbing job, and I'll plan my plumbing jobs around the houses that I have to go pick up food, or the other way around. So that's how I do it.
You might remember the haunted driveway Sue used to put on at her house, where the only cost to enter was a canned good. While she doesn't live there anymore, she still puts in the time to donate.
When I do the food drive, I usually do it for a month. People, customers, friends, family, text me, I coordinate between my plumbing jobs and pick up. And not only do I collect the food, but I actually had 2 people donate $100 towards for the Norwood Food Pantry. And the pantry is able to take that money and actually buy stuff that they don't get donated. Fruits, vegetables, eggs, stuff like that. So money's always good too to get donated.
Drop food in donation boxes at your local grocery store or directly at the Norwood Food Pantry, located at 150 Chapel Street. Last Saturday, Norwood Airport, along with the Recreation Department, hosted the annual Wings and Wheels event, where kids and their families got to see vehicles from different town departments up close, and even got to go inside those vehicles. Superintendent of Recreation John Kinney talks more about the day.
Welcome to Wings and Wheels. Down here at the Norwood Airport, we have trucks and cars from all different departments: the lighting department, public works, the police department, and the fire department. And as you can see behind me, the kids are all able to go in and out of the vehicles and test the horns and the sirens and really have a good time, like just climbing over everything. I love to just see the families come out and enjoy taking the time to just like slow down a little bit and enjoy the little things in life and spending the time with their kids. And stuff like this is fantastic. We got a lot of little ones here today, and the smiles on their faces are incredible. Just looking forward to more people coming down to visit us today, and looking forward to the Norwood Airport getting their new playground coming soon.
When Norwood News returns, we follow your tax dollars to the Civic Center. An NHS student is recognized for his artwork, and Ron Marshalsea has this week's sports update.
The May edition of NCM Sports Talk is almost here. On this episode, Mark Hoover sits with the new head coach of the Norwood High softball team. NCM commentator Mike McDonough relives Nate Sue's state championship match with the champion himself. And we get to know a little bit about graduating NHS senior and future Stonehill Skyhawk, Maddie Mahoney. All this and plenty more on the May episode of NCM Sports Talk.
The schedule is full at the Senior Center, and Director Kerry McCarthy gives us an outlook for the month of June.
Hi everyone, Kerry McCarthy, the Director of the Norwood Senior Center and Council on Aging. I'm here today to give you a little bit of updates on what's going on as we begin our summer here at the Norwood Senior Center. We are having our annual Spring Social on Friday, June 7th at the 4 Points. There are still a few spots available. If you're interested, please give us a call and we will get you on the list. It's going to be a great event. We have Dave Valero as our DJ for the afternoon, and it's going to be lots of great food, and you can guarantee lots of great dancing. We will be getting ready for our transition from our lunch program that it runs 4 days a week. After the 4th of July, we'll be scaling down to 2 days a week, but that means Tuesday night suppers are back. So the Friends of the Council on Aging will be having their first Tuesday night supper on Tuesday, June 25th. Registration will begin at the beginning of June for that event. All our outdoor activities are starting: men's bocce, ladies bocce, pickleball. We still have a few spots in our pickleball lessons, which are Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. here at the Savage Center. Lots of happening. We're looking forward to a great, fun summer. So come on in and meet us and get our newsletter. Thank you.
With Juneteenth right around the corner, Officer Jeff Baguma is excited to announce the plan for the celebrations.
Hello everyone, I'm Officer Jeffrey Baguma. I'd like to tell you that we are very excited to let you know that we are having our 3rd year of Norwood Juneteenth. The date of the event, of the celebration, is going to be Saturday, the 15th of June. It's going to be celebrating the freedom of enslaved people, or the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation as well. We are going to have a star-studded lineup with amazing performers, poets, spoken word. We are also going to have an appearance made by the NHS Drama Club, where they're going to put together something very special. I don't even know what it is yet, but it should be amazing because everything they do is. There's going to be great food there. There's going to be a great DJ that we've hired. There's going to be art. It's just going to be so much more than I could fit into this little segment. But we hope it's a beautiful day, and we hope that you do show up. It's going to be family friendly. It's just going to have a lot of great energy like it always has. So if you haven't met us and been a part of it before the last 2 years, please come through this year. And have a great time. It's about freedom, and everybody is welcome to celebrate together. Thank you.
We know that town meeting approves all capital projects for the town, but what happens after that? Where does the tax money go? Brian Bedreau has this special feature story that was 3 years in the making.
A question that might cross your mind is, where does my tax money go? In Norwood, every year town meeting votes millions of dollars on capital improvements for the town. Capital projects are typically one-time purchases that are paid by borrowing or using free cash. Norwood Community Media tracked one of these projects from its approval on town meeting floor all the way through to completion, and it took us to the Recreation Department's women's locker room. Originally approved at special town meeting in October 2021, for $210,000, it was increased to $320,000, with the additional $110,000 coming from the cancellation of the renovation of the lobby at the Civic Center. The women's locker room went out to bid in the spring of 2023. Before bidding opened on the project, potential bidders and contractors held a brief pre-bid meeting on June 15, 2023. The group toured the locker room in its current state at that time.
Hi, we're here today at the Norwood Civic Center at the contractor pre-bid meeting for the Women's Locker Room project, which is a very important and needed project for the town, which was recently funded by Norwood Town Meeting, and thank you for that. We had about 5 contractors show up right now that are interested in potentially bidding on this project. We're very excited about the turnout, and hopefully this yields a great project. And as you can see from the video of the locker room that was taken today, it's in dire need of some help and some love. So we're hoping that this yields a great project, and it's going to be a good project for the town. Thank you.
On July 12, 2023, the official bid opening was held at Town Hall. Following the bid opening, Town Procurement Officer Jason Adams explains the bidding process.
So the bid today was for the Civic Center women's locker room renovations. We previously had a pre-bid meeting that was also televised and documented for the people who are curious about the bidding process. So today was the beginning of the next step. So it was the receival of bids by the vendors who are interested in the project. They submitted pricing along with documentation about their qualifications. So we will review that. We will send it to the architect team that has been helping run the show on this. And we will also send it over to Recreation Department so they'll have an idea as to what's coming down the pike. And overall, smooth process. That's how we like it to be. And we will issue an award letter to who we determine we want to work with, which is generally based on who has the lowest and responsible and responsive bid.
Vintage Properties of Weston scored the low bid and began the demolition phase of the project.
Yeah, so as you can see, hopefully, we're wrapping up the demo portion of the project. All the stalls are up, the lockers are out. So then we'll begin the bigger process, which is the construction phase. So that's where we stand right now. We're having Vintage Properties out of Weston. They were the winning bidder. They're doing a great job so far. Today we're having our every other week meeting that we have with the architect and Vintage to discuss the progress of the project. So we have an end date, estimated completion date prior to the end of the year. So we try to build in a little leeway, but most likely by mid-December, this will be ready to use by anyone who's wanting to use it. So that's where we currently stand.
Throughout the construction phase of this project, Recreation Superintendent John Kinney met with the project management team to discuss scheduling and overall progress reports. Coming in right on schedule, the women's locker room project has officially been completed. The refreshed facilities are a welcome change to the patrons of the rec department.
People are extremely happy with it. In the past, we saw very few people, especially women, coming in to use the facilities. And now with the new locker room, people who've been coming in for a while, they're excited to have a place to put their stuff, to be able to shower, a nice area. A lot of people use the sauna. So it's now they have a nice place to put their belongings, shower. Like I said, everything got an upgrade, so it's just such a nice feeling when people walk in and they see the upgrades and the time that the town put in to upgrading a facility that definitely needed it.
You may wonder where your tax money goes. NCM is following the process and reporting back to you. For Norwood News, I'm Brian Boudreau.
Now we head down to South Norwood, where Ilex Jones has an update on the Bernie Cooper Park progress.
Welcome everyone to what will soon be the main entryway to the Bernie Cooper Riverfront Park. We are here at the end of St. Joseph Avenue, in between St. John and St. Paul, just a little ways away from the Balch Elementary School and Coakley Middle School. And the town purchased this park property back in 2019 using community preservation funds and has been working toward this moment ever since then. We're coming toward finally seeing the beginning of construction after 5 years of planning and scrambling to pull money together. And tree work has just begun this past week on Monday. And what's happening right now is they've laid out where all of the paths are going to go, along with picnic table areas and our outdoor playground and outdoor classroom. And so the tree contractor is removing the trees in those limited areas so that the main contractor will be able to go in and start working on laying the pathways in the park. The paved area that you'll see behind me is actually going to be decreasing in size as we put in formalized parking spots that will be handicapped accessible. The remaining area around it will be planted, and there will be large rain gardens at the end of every street to help treat and handle runoff coming off of the streets before it goes into the Neponset River or Hawes Brook, which is one of the big reasons that the town was so excited to be able to acquire this piece of property, is that there's water on all sides of it. So we're going to have riverfront overlooks here, so you'll really be able to get out and not just be immersed in the woods, but maybe do some fishing, lug your canoe down to the water if you're feeling very ambitious and the water's high, or just enjoy the sound and the visual of the water flowing by. We are planning to totally finish this work by the end of the summer, so we're planning on a ribbon cutting in the fall. There is going to be a lot of ongoing work in years to come as we continue to work on mitigating the invasive plants on the site and helping nurture more native plants that can help support the wildlife that lives here, which during our planning process, a lot of the neighbors and community members said was something that was really important to them about this area, seeing the deer and the birds that all make their home here. It's something that we've been engaged in all along. All kinds of community groups, from the Neponset River Watershed Association to Norwood Trails to Progress Norwood, have come out and helped pick up litter on the property and remove vines. We're right now, while construction is happening, we're avoiding it so they don't have to worry about hitting us with a tree. But I'm so excited to soon be able to see everybody here at the park.
Now we're going to send it over to Bridget Kidd with the latest in school news.
I'm Bridget Kidd, and let's take a look at what's happening in our Norwood schools. In Norwood High School news, as part of our annual Technology Olympics, engineering students are required to build a vehicle with multiple independent guidance systems, capable of navigating through a 1-mile outdoor course while maintaining continuous forward progress. The vehicle that completes this course while using the least amount of power will win this event. Let's go outside with Dr. Mike Crowley and his students.
Well, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome everybody to the Period 3 2024 Technology Olympics at Norwood High School. The sun is shining. We got a beautiful morning for it. Thank you to all the parents and guardians and students. Thank you to NHS TV for covering it. And NCM, so great to be here. One of the things I want the parents and guardians to know is that this group of students has gone farther in this course than any previous group since 2006. So remember Star Trek? Remember they were going to the Voyager's places where no starship had ever been before? That's what this group is. They've gone where no engineering students have ever gone before. So thank you to all of you for your hard work. It should be a great day, okay? Every year we always have a couple high-profile celebrities do the countdown for us. So this year we thought we'd honor 2024 retirees from Norwood High School. We actually have 3, and we actually have a 4th in one of our custodians, Joe Soares. But the custodians, the retirees this year are Miss Bustler, Mr. Flaherty, Nurse Kathy from the Norwood High School Health Office, and Joe Soares. So Nurse Kathy, if you wouldn't mind, is one of our 2024 retirees. Would you count down to the start of the Period 3 Technology Olympics for us?
Sure.
We'll go on 0, everybody.
Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we are underway. Period 3.
You ever hear about the photo?
Good luck to all the teams. I will cross you at the major crosswalks.
The Balch School had another amazing luau. Thank you PTO and Balch alumni and DJ Joe Spadorsha for a fun night of dancing, crafts, and games.
Cheers.
One of the traditions at the Prescott School is the annual Grandparents' Day. Here is Principal Brian Riley.
So we're here today at Prescott School. We had Grandparents' Day, a super exciting event that we have become an annual tradition here at Prescott. We started about 5 years ago. We invite grandparents or other relatives who are really special in our students' lives to come and experience part of the day in their classrooms with their grandkids. We start off in the cafeteria, give a little bit of an overview of a welcome. Grandparents get to meet each other, and then we get right into the classrooms. Grandparents today were able to see kids in art, making some clay sculptures, up in health and wellness with Mr. Maroney, and of course in classrooms they get to see where their grandkids sit, some of the nice things that go on in their classroom, and meet their grandkids' teacher. So just a great day at Prescott School and a real community builder for us here.
The Willett School held a family literacy night for preschool and kindergarten families. Thank you to the many families who joined us for fun, hands-on literacy activities, and engagement with their community partners. The Little Mustangs were inspired this week by famous artists and their artwork. An artist is anyone who creates art. That can be a painter, a musician, a performer, and some friends realized that they were artists when they danced at their recital. Students focused on the details of a poppy flower and painted at an easel like Georgia O'Keeffe. They Q-tip painted similar to George Seurat's pointillism style of art and played with color mixing. Students learned how music can inspire art like Kandinsky and how different music can make us move in different ways, even like a robot. Students made self-portraits like Frida Kahlo and learned how she loved animals and used art to help her during happy and sad times. LMPA artists became action painters when they made a collaborative art performance like Jackson Pollock. At the end of the week, students displayed their work in the hallways like an art museum for everyone to enjoy. That's it for the school news this week. We appreciate all the teachers who take the time to share their news with us. It helps provide us with an inside look at what is happening in our classrooms. Now let's go to Ron Marshalsea with the latest in sports.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The baseball team fell to Holliston, Ashland, and Westwood this past week, losing 2 of those games by just 1 run. The Norwood vs. Walpole game on the 23rd has been postponed until the 24th at 4 o'clock. A note to everyone that NCM will not be going live with this matchup. As of May 21st, the baseball team now sits at number 11 in the power rankings, so we'll keep an eye where Norwood lands when the postseason starts. The softball team couldn't get wins over Medway and Westwood, but the Mustangs left Ashland with 13 runs on the scoreboard over the Clockers. Their final regular season game will be at home against Canton on Saturday the 25th at 10 a.m. NCM had the opportunity to go to a JV softball game where the Mustangs battled with a strong Ashland team. One of the special moments in any baseball or softball game is a big home run, and Ashland's Ruby Kasajian did just that in this one. Norwood was down and fought until the final out, but it just wasn't enough to turn the tide and get the win. The boys lacrosse team went 0-3 this past week, losing to Holliston, Ashland, and Oliver Ames. As of recording this sports update, they have not headed to Milford for their matchup with the Hawks, but we'll let you know what happens on the next sports update. The girls lacrosse team lost to Holliston and Ashland this past week, but got the win on senior day over Milford 15-12. The Hawks look like they could make the comeback after getting within 1 after being down 11-6 in the third, but the Mustangs put them away in the fourth. Shay Larkey started it off with a goal 12 seconds into the fourth, her third of the day. Goal 13 for Norwood came from Olivia Naughton, who assisted Olivia Lodge for Norwood's 14th goal, where she scored with this beautiful pump fake to get it by the Milford goalie. And Shay Larkey got the final Mustang goal with 6 Milford players surrounding her. And after the game, I caught up with head coach Mike Lodge to talk about the tournament-clinching win and what it means to do it on Senior Day.
Today's win, just getting the seniors a ton of time today. Katie Pritchard, we just talked about it, had 4 shots, just couldn't get one today, not for lack of trying. Jess Amito had a big goal. Juliet Gallo made a couple of really big plays. Just a good fun day for the seniors. And then our big players stepped up when we needed it. Shay Larkey, Livy Lodge, Liv Naughton, big time plays. Oh, it's huge. Senior day, you clinch the tournament, couldn't be any better. Thank you to all the seniors, thank you to all the senior parents, and go Mustangs.
NCM's Jack Tolman got a chance to head out back to the track for a Norwood track meet and captured and put together this highlight reel. The boys volleyball team lost to Braintree last Friday, but they ended their season on a high note with a 3-2 win over Norton. The Mustangs played the Lancers twice this season, and both times Norwood walked away with a 3-2 win. The boys tennis team couldn't get wins over Dedham, Ashland, Halston, or Westwood this week, and they were supposed to play Medway on the 23rd at 4, but it has been canceled as of recording this update. The girls tennis team lost to Ashland, Halston, and Westwood, and also had their matchup on the 23rd against Millis canceled. And a big congratulations to student athletes Jordan Robinson and Olivia Lodge for being recognized by the MIAA at Girls and Women in Sport Day. And finally, we have to shout out longtime Norwood Little League coach Vinny Aiello, who has been coaching the future of Mustang baseball for 50 years. We here at NCM want to wish Vinny the best in his retirement. Thank you for everything that you've done for Norwood Little League. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
Norwood Community Media is proud to cover many of the special events that are held at the Morrill Memorial Library. The Simone Room is a place where members of the Norwood community can meet award-winning and best-selling authors, presenters, and town officials. If you are unable to attend these events, NCM rebroadcasts them on our community channel, and they are also available on demand. Norwood Community Media and the Morrill Memorial Library, a partnership for the town of Norwood. Monday night, the Planning Board met with representatives of the proposed Fales Avenue extension. Neighbors and direct abutters of the area voiced their concerns regarding the potential increase in stormwater runoff and that the extension of the road needs to be met with better drainage. The Planning Board will continue this case at their next meeting on June 10th. The Board of Selectmen held 2 show cause hearings Tuesday night. Luke Adams, Inc. and Mamas Incorporated were both brought in to explain why the licenses they were issued have not been put to use. Both license holders were issued a warning and have 6 months to put their licenses to use or face possible revocation. The Norwood Light Department also appeared before the board to submit its budget to the selectmen for approval. Following the budget presentation, the broadband division of Norwood Light needed to request an increase in rates. On your mark, get set. Let's go to our latest Living Local featuring Charles River Running.
Nestled in the center of town, Charles River Running offers a shopping experience that sets the bar for small business shopping.
My name is Charlotte Walsh, and I'm the owner and operator of Charles River Running, which is located at 679 Washington Street. My store is a sit and fit, full service running and walking specialty store. I've always had that kind of entrepreneurial spirit. Never was a great fit in an office or corporate environment, so I just started thinking maybe this area needs a specialty run store. So I carry the big five, which is Asics, Saucony, Brooks, New Balance, and Mizuno. We also carry On and Hoka, which are two brands that have come along since I opened 12 years ago.
And it's not just shoes at Charles River Running. Charlotte offers some extra options you may need when you're out for a run.
I like to say that running is the most low-cost sport because all you need is a good pair of shoes, but there are other things that you do need. In the winter, you're going to need some hats and some gloves. Socks are really important. In the summer, it's really important to stay hydrated, so we have all types of things to help you stay hydrated when you run, whether that's a belt or a handheld water bottle or a backpack. We sell some really fantastic sunscreen for athletes, which is really important, hats, and then we have apparel and also nutrition. So if you're going long and you're out there for more than an hour, you really should be fueling. So we have booze and we have chews and all those types of things.
But Charlotte and Charles River Running offer more than fabulous local retail.
Probably 50% of the spirit of this place is our very social and low-key, low-stress, no pressure run and walk group called Thursday Strong. So it's a weekly group, it's not coached, and we meet here at the store at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday nights. We always offer a 2, 3, and 5 mile option, and you get a map with directions delivered to your email. We pride ourselves in never getting anyone lost or leaving anyone behind. So people get to choose their distance and they can go at their own pace. And it's a really friendly social group. So I recommend it to people that are just moving to the area. We have a lot of people that walk, and just because we're called Charles River Running doesn't mean that we're only for runners. So the club is really, really social, low pressure, all ages, speeds, and abilities are welcome.
Charlotte is forever grateful for becoming a part of the Norwood community.
We wouldn't be here without the people in our community supporting us. And it's not just runners and walkers, it's high school athletes, it's people that work on their feet all day long, healthcare professionals, postal service people. All these people need a proper pair of shoes to wear because it's your foundation. So we have lots of customers from all different occupations and places that come and buy their shoes here. And so I really appreciate that, and I'm just really thankful.
Charles River Running has made its mark as a staple of Norwood Center.
Norwood is a very business-friendly town, and it's a town where there's a solid community of people that love the downtown and support the downtown, and that's really the key to it, because you can open the best business in town, but if you don't have customers that believe in shopping local and buying local, and it's you're not going to make it. So Norwood's got that. It's really the perfect place to have a small business. So we have a website, charlesriverrunning.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. I send out a constant contact newsletter every month, which just lets people know what is going on at the store. We host demo runs, fun runs, or you can always just pop in because we're open 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and it's a friendly space. And I have a dog who likes to be rubbed and scratched, so it's an added bonus.
Recently, Norwood High School student Edward Connolly, sponsored by the VFW, entered an art contest and won second place. Connolly was awarded his prize aboard the USS Constitution in Charleston.
So what it is every year different scholarship opportunities come up. And so for as long as I can remember, it's the VFW's auxiliary offers a patriotic art contest every single year. And they've been offering it for at least 10 years. And every year I present it to my students and say, hey, here's this great opportunity. You know, like, here are the requirements. If you use the American flag, be really careful, because like you have to make sure the stars and stripes are perfect. So I always warn them about that, and I go over the requirements and say, like, if you want to do it, like, you know, it's like very few people usually submit, so usually you get like a good chance at regional. And Eddie's the first time anyone's gone from regional to state, so I encourage my students every year to do it. I was so excited. Like, I've never had a student go beyond regional, so for him to get second place was amazing. Like, I just cheered when I got the email. And they also had a ceremony at the USS Constitution, which I think is also another like really cool, like, how often do you get to be celebrated at, you know, America's oldest warship?
Well, there are requirements on what you can put, and so I decided, even though it was like not encouraged to do or put any like American flags, I decided to do it anyways. But I incorporated myself into the flag just to like show my raw, if you will, like patriotism to the country. I used acrylic paint, and that's mostly it, yeah. And then I used a white colored pencil as like to color in the stars. But basically that's it, yeah.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We leave you now with a list of upcoming events NCM will be covering. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great long weekend and happy Memorial Day.